everybody. Welcome to blah, blah, blah.
That's not our show.
That's not our show.
Exactly. Not It's Meddling Kids podcast.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
But say the rest. You know your name at that.
I do. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Meddling Kids podcast, a review of all things Scooby-Doo. I usually have a clever, witty intro, but I didn't develop one for this one, and I messed up the intro, so I'm just Stephen Pappas. Maybe
he did it on purpose. And that was his clever, like, the Dick Van Dyke trip over the Ottoman thing.
Oh, my God. Maybe? Yes. I'm a comedic genius. That's what I am.
You're a comedic genius. Okay. I'm Julie Ken. Today, we have a special treat. It's the first not racist episode in quite a while. It's called Never Ape, an Ape Man. This is episode 7 of the first season of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And yes, it does have lots of, I guess, anti-primate humor and assumptions, but nothing against other ethnicities or religions. So hooray, Scooby Gang!
This may have been, I was very cynical in my notes, you will learn, because this may have been the stupidest episode Scooby-Doo that I have seen in a long time. Just because I was I don't know, maybe I was in a cynical place, but I remember just sitting there like, okay. But at the same time, it's better than like a lot of the old Planet of the Apes movies from the 80s, like the ones in the middle there.
Oh, so, yeah. I think this episode takes a lot from Poltergeist, which was a movie that was really formative.
Oh, yeah, because of the part at the end where Craig T. Nelson is yelling, you moved the headstones, but you didn't move the bodies. I remember that now. I forgot about that part of the episode.
That's exactly it. Yes, exactly. I'll get to it. But also, I love this episode because of Daphne's uncle. He is amazing. So you remember how I was a little flustered by the sight of Sharon's hot daddy McMoneybags in the last episode?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Are you even more into hot Uncle McDirector chair?
Hot Uncle McDirector chair? He is Spock in a red but he's like a red shirt Spock in a fedora.
Red shirt Spock, he's gonna die. It's not good.
I know, that's not good. Yeah, I don't know why Spock is wearing a red shirt in this episode, but it is red shirt. It's a Spock in a red shirt plus a fedora is Daphne's uncle. And it's Daphne's Uncle John, and they're visiting him to be extras in his film, The Ape Man of Forbidden Mountain. So did you notice that he looked like a Star Trek character?
I did not, no. I was still too focused on writing down which is a worse title, Never Ape an Ape Man or The Ape Man of Forbidden Mountain.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty bad title too. So here's the setup, kids. Uncle John has decided to produce and direct this film, The Ape Man of Forbidden Mountain, but he has done it in the worst spot you can possibly imagine. He's filming it in a movie set that's built on the site of where an actual mansion was burnt down by an ape man historically in Athens, Georgia, or wherever this is taking place, someplace mountainous. So talk about insensitive. And they're saying that like the locals aren't very happy with them. They can't get any local actors because of how insensitive it is to not only, film a story about an ape man when they had a real live ape man kill a bunch of people, but doing it on the scene of where these people died. So that's why I said it's like Poltergeist.
Okay, I was drawing the conclusions like very slowly, like like a kid in math class. Like, oh, I see where she's going. Okay. Got it.
Let me be the Hermione Granger to you, then.
Does that make me Ron? I mean, I like Ron, but Ron's stupid.
He's not stupid.
Well, okay, well, he's not smart.
If he had... if he didn't have a second-hand wand for, like, the first half of the books, think of how much more he could have done.
That's fair. I mean, he held it together with tape in the second book, so I mean...
Okay, spell it. You could be Malfoy?
Oh, ew. No, speaking of, tying it back into this, guy who played Malfoy was also in the first of the new Planet of the Apes movies, and he was just as big of a jerk in that. He tortured monkeys.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Or apes, not monkeys. Apes. Sorry.
Yeah, Stephen and I did a little bit of research of what is an ape exactly, like scientifically, before we started recording. Because the Ape Man in this episode, to me, looks like a gorilla. And I was like, wait, that's a gorilla. That's not an ape. But wait, what's an ape? But Stephen was like, oh, Julie. It was not a Hermione Granger moment for me. Because would you like to help our listeners understand?
Sure. There are, in the scientific way of explaining this, there are 4 species that fall under the category of the great apes. We're not going to get controversial, but humans do. As well as orangutans, chimpanzees, and gorillas. So they are great apes. Now, there's also apes that I don't think... Now, is that all the apes?
I don't know.
And the rest are just monkeys?
You're the Ape Man.
Don't call me that. Only my wife gets to call me that. I took it to a weird
Sorry,
place.
Katie. Yeah, you did.
Oh no. Okay. Anyway, so the Ape Man,
all right.
Which is not me.
I think I might have lost you.
Oh no, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Okay. So the Ape Man. Sorry, that was a transition. And I thought you were going to say, so the Ape Man, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, no, I was just letting it go. I was just trying to dig myself out of the hole. I realized the parachute I was wearing was nothing but a knapsack, and I just needed to abort.
Understand. Gotcha. Oh, okay. Talk about controversial. Oh, sorry, that was horrible. Please feel free to delete
No, I love the
jerk.
bad segues.
Oh, God, I'm a jerk. Okay, so during all this exposition, Scooby is playing with the costume stuff, and he finds all these really hilarious fake teeth and mustaches and things, and it's really cute. You guys should check that out. But while they're talking, a gorilla with yellow eyes seems to be listening in right behind John. And I don't know if Hot Uncle John
please don't say Hot Uncle John. I have an Uncle John.
I'm sorry, Steven's Uncle John.
No, call him Hot Doctor Director Pants or whatever.
I'll just call him Trekkie, Uncle Trekker, Uncle Trekkie. I don't know, Uncle.
Hottie McSpock.
Hottie McSpock. I'm going to remember that for sure. Hottie McSpock. It doesn't seem bothered by this at all, even though the gorilla with yellow eyes is like immediately behind him. So I'm thinking, it must just be some dude in a costume. Because throughout this entire episode, no one can tell the difference between an actual gorilla or a dude in a costume or an ape man and all these different things. So they're all, the same costuming over and over and over.
It's that good Weta Workshops from last episode, like I told you, that did Lord of the Rings. They're working on them here, back in the 60s. That's when they got started.
Excellent. That's how they got started. Great. Okay, so they meet the star of the movie, whose name is Candy Mint, and she has a southern accent.
Candy Mint. I missed that.
Yep. And the guy who's playing the Ape Man is Carl, but he doesn't get the title of actor, even though that would be an actor. He gets the title of stunt man. Carl is the Ape Man. So he's not like up to par of being an actual actor. Candy Mint is pretty concerned about everything that's been going on. And I wondered, Stephen, if you're like British people who can hear an accent and identify exactly where they're from, was her southern accent authentic? I mean, were you able to tell, oh yeah, that's real, or no, that's some northern dumb person pretending to be
that was not a real southern accent. No, that was somebody way overdoing a southern accent.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought, but I wasn't sure. It didn't sound legit.
Well, she was literally just like, "Hey there, gang! Like, how's it going?"
Yeah.
Like, I know some people who talk like that, but like, it was not. No, it sounded super put on.
Okay, it was over the top, Candy Mint. Maybe she was just method acting.
You also keep saying Candy Mint very close together, like Candy Mint, like it's some sort of process, like the Candy Mint process. Like it's like candyfying children, like the Candy Mint process.
Right. Yeah, of course. Well, that is what I was saying, but I'll slow it down. You're right.
No, I like it. No,
okay.
Continue.
Okay. So Candy Mint crosses the bridge to the actor who is playing, the Gorilla Man, but it turns out, oh no, it's not an actor, it's the real Ape Man, and no one's figured it out, and she's on this shaky bridge, and so Candyman is in peril, and the Ape Man is shaking the bridge to potentially make her fall off, maybe? But Scooby saves the day. He crosses the bridge, bounces past Candyman, and starts growling and barking at the bad guy. But the bridge breaks, and Scooby is so fortunate. Candyman is fine, but Scooby bounces off a tree limb many, many times, like a trampoline, and he kind of goes up and down. And every time he's up by the Ape Man, I'm just going to call him Ape Man, he gives him a big punch in the stomach. So, like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 times until Fred saves the day by stopping this cycle. Do you remember how?
I don't. I was too distracted by the elasticity of this branch.
Tree branch. Oh, it was
because this
sturdy.
is the
it was one of them rubber
time
trees.
that we've seen. Yeah, this is the second time we've seen tree branches. I'm trying to find like where tree branches, like rubber trees, are like native to. So I'll let you know as soon as I find out.
Yeah, that'll identify. Yeah, because this is not just a rubber tree. It's a tree branch growing out of the side of a cliff. So, or the side of like this mountainous valley thing. Anyway, or rocky valley, not mountainous valley. So Fred catches Scooby in a gigantic net. Like a butterfly net. And Fred's looking really strong while holding a Great Dane in a butterfly net. Okay, so they aren't. I have no idea what happened to the Ape Man. He just kind of like, I guess, wandered off, or I don't know how apes do they walk? Anyway,
galumped
no one
away.
follows him. Galumped. That's the word I was looking for. Galumped. Thank you. But hey, where's Carl, the stuntman? Nobody knows. So let's go check out Carl's trailer, not his trainer. And this is not breaking and entering because Hot Uncle. What do you call him? Uncle Mick.
Hottie McSpotspock.
Hottie Spock leads them into the trailer. They don't find Carl until Scooby hears some knocking from inside an ornate trunk. He refuses to open the trunk until Velma tells him to. And then he does. And inside is Carl. And Carl looks like Yul Brynner.
Oh my gosh, he does.
Yep.
I didn't think about that. I was thinking Telly Savalas.
Oh, yeah. I could see that. Yeah. Okay, so large and bald. He says, a big hairy animal grabbed me and threw me in a trunk. So this animal has some pretty amazing fine and gross motor skills because it also managed to lock the trunk. Candyman quits until the beast is caught. And Carl says he's going to quit too. Now the uncle, Hottie Spock is really concerned because now his show is over. And the kids are concerned too because this means they don't get to be extras in the film. So they are especially motivated to help solve this mystery. And so they are excited to hang out on the movie set. And lucky for them, the movie set that they're hanging out in is the movie set for a haunted house movie. And so they get to hang out in their favorite relaxing place.
Which, okay, Fred, I literally wrote down, no one sits like that, Fred. Because everyone was sitting super normal, but he was like elbows on the couch, like head kind of tilted forward, like legs on the ground, knees bent, so his butt was just kind of like dangling there, like hanging, like with space between his butt and the floor. Like, no one sits like that. I mean, unless you do. If you do, I'm sorry. It looks very uncomfortable, but no one sits like that. Like, everybody else is just like laying, like, I think Shaggy was like on his stomach, like one of the girls from Grease with like his hands under his chin and his legs kicking back in the air.
Yeah, totally.
Like, but no one sits like that. Come on.
Well, I think he was really on high alert because he was so excited to be on this potentially haunted movie set that was built on top of where a whole bunch of townsfolk died a long time ago.
Yeah, and of course it's this Ape Man, and I can I just ask this question? And again, very cynical in my notes. With all these ape costumes laying around, did nobody think for a split second, like maybe it's someone in a costume?
Nobody thought that. Not at all. Yes, because that's ridiculous. Why would it's much more realistic to expect it's an actual ape man.
I mean, that's fair.
So, yeah. Okay, so the Scooby Gang is like totally chillaxing in this fake haunted house, which is pretty funny. And I love it because they got to keep reusing the same footage over and over that they've used in all their other episodes. Because again, it's like the same interior.
Right.
Yeah, I like to imagine it's one of those movie sets where there's like set 6, set 3, set 4, and they could have chosen any one of these sets to go hang out in, but they chose the one that's like a haunted house because it's the one that's comfiest to them. So they're talking about this whole fishy thing and how weird it is, and an ape/gorilla is what I wrote in my notes, but now I know those are the same thing. Ape Man is eavesdropping without anyone noticing, but I guess on a movie set, that's kind of the perfect place to be a giant gorilla man because people would just assume you're in a costume.
No, apparently not.
Apparently not right now. They would think it's real. I mean, if you had like some really crazy deformities and looked like very, very strange, I would say working on a movie set would be the ideal place. If you just want people to like walk by like they do on the London subway and pretend like, I am the only human here. I do not see you or acknowledge you.
Whoa, shots fired at the London subway. What are you...
I'm just saying, you can like walk through the London subway singing and dancing naked with a parasol and people will not bat an eye. They will.
This is from experience that you're speaking?
Well, I didn't have a parasol.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Scooby and Shaggy find a plate in the hallway with half a hamburger on it, just kind of hanging out in the middle of the hallway. And of course, half-eaten hamburger, delicious. So they're about to chomp it, and the other kids are like, "Don't eat that!" Not because it's a half-eaten hamburger that like could have salmonella, but because it's a clue.
Okay, all right. I graduated college 5-6 years ago. And during my time at college, and maybe it was the hippy-dippy town that I was in, we ate food off of strangers' plates all the time because we didn't want food to go to waste. But it was never like, okay, this hamburger that's sitting in the hallway is cut in half. Like, it doesn't look like there's a bite out of it. And so, like, there were times in college, just like this untouched nacho tray that, like, they were about to bust. And we're like, can we have that? Or, like, somebody would get a burrito and it would be cut in half with a knife. They didn't touch the other half. They didn't put their mouth on it. Like, so, like, it's feasible that, like, yeah, free food, nom, nom, nom. Like, you know?
Fair enough. I mean, I eat whatever my kids and their friends don't eat constantly. But, like, a bowl of macaroni and cheese that has a few chomps out of it is different from a plate that's left on the floor of a cobwebby.
Yeah, see, the floor is the grosser part to me.
Right. Even though there's a plate between the floor and the... Yeah,
I don't like food close to the ground.
Okay, you'll eat half-eaten burritos as long as it's on a table.
Right, exactly. Food close to the ground, no thank you. Picnics? Oh, no.
Oh, real? Oh, because you don't mean picnics on a picnic bench. You mean picnic on a blanket.
On a picnic bench? All about it. On a blanket? No, because there's, like, creatures, like, crawling up and getting my food. And, like, no, I don't want any of that. Like, no, it's too close to the ground.
Fair enough. Well, the kids are excited to find this clue because it means that Ape Man can go through craft services, I guess, and get the food. And also that he's not a herbivore because... hamburgers are vegetarian, and I guess hamburgers are not vegetarian, actually. Sorry, kids, they're made out of dead cows and pigs.
Oh, goodness. All right, we are just shattering dreams. Do you want to tell anybody about any specific holiday-related people either?
No, my kids are going to listen to this. Okay. Oh, wait, they're Jewish. Yeah, I'll tell you. They know all that stuff already, but they know they're not supposed to tell others. Okay. Although it's a movie set, there's lots of spooky trapdoors and things because the movie that takes place there has lots of spooky trapdoors and things. And apparently a parrot is part of this movie.
Sure.
I didn't know if you had commentary since you hate birds.
Well, no, I don't. But the whole time they were like, he was just saying like, stick 'em up or I'll stab you in the heart or something like that.
Yeah, it was not very polite. I don't know if those were lines to the movie or what, but this parrot was just super annoying.
That's how I see all birds, is saying, like, stick 'em up. I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to shoot. I'm going to peck you. Oh, my gosh. I can't wait till you read Junie B. Jones, and it has a peep in her pocket. All the parents out there will know what I'm talking about. It's pretty great.
What words are you saying? You stopped speaking English, like, a while ago.
I'm mail you this book. It's so good. It's about this little girl, and she's afraid of roosters because she thinks they'll peck your head in until it's a nub. And it's hilarious. And she hates birds and just draws pictures of dead birds and things.
Because birds are terrifying. Have you seen The Birds? I mean, that's what I fear life is going to become. Like, ugh. Anyway, I'm sorry. I got
sorry, Olaf, for making... Yeah, no. Sorry, Olaf's not going to be happy that this episode has already probably exceeded the length. Okay, so then we see the gorilla on a skateboard, and it traps Shaggy with his arms outstretched. And then it's super gross as Shaggy kind of punches his way out of the Ape Man because it's actually a stuffed Ape Man. So
that prop had to cost a lot of money, too.
Oh my gosh, totally. I'm glad it got all punched.
Like he shredded it. No, not punched. He shredded this very expensive prop.
Good point. From the Hedda team?
Weta. Please,
Weta. Oh,
come
sorry.
on.
Okay, Weta. Okay, they're all in the library. And Daphne accidentally deploys a switch that makes Fred disappear through a trap wall. And meanwhile, I wrote super creepazoid. We see the Ape Man put on a Scooby-Doo mask over his ape head.
Oh, it was the worst.
Another one of these episodes where our villains are just crafting dolls and puppets of the Scooby Gang.
That's terrifying.
It was terrifying. And he puts it over his ape head. So, like, hey, meddling kids, it's actually a human under the ape mask. So we've got some human villain with an ape mask with a Scooby mask on top. So that and all of this is because Scooby accidentally found a hole in the bookshelf where the Ape Man is hanging out. And so this is all to serve the purpose so that when Scooby walks by the hole, he just thinks it's a mirror because Ape Man is wearing a Scooby mask.
Ugh. I literally just wrote down, I'm too tired for this mirror gag.
I have 4 question marks, and then I wrote down, I just noticed the gorilla's purple.
Wait, what? The gorilla's purple?
The gorilla. Yeah, he's purple. Ape Man is purple.
Okay, here's a question. Are gorillas not purple?
Well, remember when we were doing our research before? I was doing Google image search of gorilla until I got sick from looking at all the weird stuff people put on Google.
Sure.
None of them were purple.
None of them? Okay, so gorillas are not... I'm learning things because I did write at one point, they were like, apes don't eat meat. And I did write at one point, wait a second, apes don't eat meat?
Humans are apes, I mean, by some accounts, and
according
some of them
to the internet.
According to the internet.
And science. But...
In science.
No, yeah, so I just had a moment where I was like, wait, they don't... And now you're telling me they're not purple? Like, my whole image is being shattered of what an ape can be.
Well, here's the thing. You should take what you see on the Scooby-Doo shows with a grain of salt.
Why? Is this not scientifically accurate? I've trusted this show my entire life.
Is that why you have anvils around your house?
Yeah.
Because you're like, you never know.
No, for real. I also chop most of my meat with swords. Just because of this show and different pirate-themed episodes.
Well, that's normal.
Yeah.
Okay, the kids finally notice that Fred is gone. Scoopy indicates there's something phony with that mirror. And then all the kids see the Ape Man. So I don't know why he bothered making a Scooby mask since he eventually took it off and scared them all. And now they're stuck in a locked room. And Scooby growls at the Ape Man like super fierce and chases him away and up a staircase. And Scooby was pretty heroic in this whole episode now that I think about it.
And the man is backing away. The Ape Man is backing away.
But Scooby keeps going.
It's clearly like, okay, this is a person. Because at no point would a large ape of that size be scared of a Great Dane coming at them. But a person, if a Great Dane is just like charging at you and has like their like feet down on the ground and their teeth bared and they're growling. Oh yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Well, Daphne helps a little. She hits the wrong switch, and the stairs become a slide. And Scooby slides down while the Ape Man gets away upstairs, which I think is good because I don't want Scooby getting in a tussle with this guy. But the rest of the kids seem kind of disappointed. And And they decide, oh, I have written down not really an ape man, just an ape, because I'm not sure why. I think we saw him like growl really big, and like you could see like giant mandibles and like a huge tongue, and the inside of his mouth is like unhinged. I mean, it looked like a gorilla, but purple and in a cartoon.
So a regular gorilla.
A regular purple gorilla, yes.
Okay, cool.
And then what's going to happen? We'll find out after the commercial break.
Need an escape? Vanish into the depths of a magic forest. Head out on an interstellar repair mission. Travel back in time to change the future. Explore inside someone or something else. Meet dragons, werewolves, birds, bears, aliens, mermen, and a man with a fishbowl for a head. All in 10 minutes or less every week. Tune in to 600 Second Saga for your weekly science fiction and fantasy escape.
Okay, we are so excited because Daphne's in front of like a ton of switches. And the first switch just made the stairs turn into a slide. So you can imagine all sorts of exciting things from all these switches here. She wants to try all of them, and she pushes the next one. And the staircase lifts up to reveal
Fred, who's just standing there waiting the entire
just
time.
Standing there. Yeah, he's just been hanging out. Oh, he did make a trap. He says, "Hi, gang, I made the perfect trap." He wasn't like, "Hey, I'm right here. Kids, help me. I'm underneath this staircase." Nope, just hanging there. Picture perfect. His one hand was in a pocket. Just super chillaxed. He's having like the time of his life. Oh, sorry, did you say something?
Oh, no, I was just saying he's just hanging out.
Oh, he's just hanging out. I thought I heard a spooky ghost.
I mean, I did go like, so like, if that tone is a spooky ghost to you, I'm very, very sorry.
I think this episode like destroyed some of my brain cells, seriously, because it was so dumb.
I'm broken. I'm broken so hard.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so, yeah, they go into the basement where Fred has been playing with all the movie stuff, and he explains some super complicated procedure I'm not going to describe. You can if you want.
I don't even remember. Do you know who you're talking to? There's a net, and there's like 3 switches, and they're going to hit him with a spotlight, and it's going to blind him when he's on the X, and then they'll drop the net, and the lights will go out. No, the lights aren't supposed to go out. Yeah, it's just the big complicated plan to drop a net on him, essentially.
Yes, thank you. Shaggy and Scooby, not so into it. But then they are bribed with Scooby snacks and a bonus snack after the Ape Man appears. That works for Scooby. But Shaggy is still not convinced until Velma pulls out a giant Shaggy pie she happened to have.
Yep, she knows.
Do you remember what was in the Shaggy pie?
I knew you would ask me this, so I wrote it down this time.
Oh, good.
So it is a pot pie.
Yes.
With a pizza crust.
Mm-hmm.
Anchovies, cherries, all in some sort of like chocolate sauce.
Yep.
And
delicious.
As they were describing it, I was both like, that is disgusting, and also like I'd try it.
I would try it.
Yeah, like I'll try anything once. Like,
both of us are really hungry right now too, so I think it's especially kind of good. So I'm impressed with that. I took a screenshot of it. You all can check it out on Facebook. So Shaggy and Scooby hear some growling. They go into the game room where there's like hunting trophies on the wall of animals' heads that have been killed, and it's a very manly room, and there's a pool table. There's probably some nice scotch on the sidebar or something like that, or whatever people drink. And I don't know, whatever fancy people have. And then one of the big game trophies is an Ape Man head on the wall. Oh, guess what, kids? It's actually the real Ape Man's head, but the rest of him's behind the wall.
But it was so convincing.
I know, right? Especially when its eyes are moving and the spooky music. So Shaggy and Scooby decide not to work on the trap. Instead, they decide, hey, let's play pool. So they do that, and then Scooby notices that while they've been playing, there's one less head on the wall. It's the Ape Man's head is no longer there.
He counts it like 7 times, too. He just stands there like, run, roo, ree. Like, oh, there's no 4. Like, he's just like, run, roo, ree, run, over and over. And I was just like, yes, no. I get it. I get it.
It's still impressive. It's a dog.
Yeah, well, I did also write down Scooby, surprisingly good with counting.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're not being harsh on him for the fact they had to do it a few times.
No, yeah,
I mean, he got to the point. Yeah, he got it.
It was really more the writers letting the gag go on for just a little too long.
Yeah. Well, there were a few points in this episode where they extended things, like the chase scene that we're about to hear. So the Ape Man's about to attack Shaggy, but he accidentally hits the Ape Man in the stomach with his pool cue. And then I've got the longest and boringest chase scene because they are literally just being chased around and around the pool table.
Oh my
over and over.
God. So many times. I counted like 8 times of just like like just by the table, and I'm just like they've got to change. And just before I had like an all out like stress moment of like I can't take it anymore, then they shifted out the door.
See, if I was the writers, I would have done like a Monkeys-esque kind of thing where one of the times around the table it was Scooby and Shaggy chasing the Ape Man, you know. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. No,
I mean, still
happen.
not funny. Still not funny, but better than this.
We'll get there.
Yes, they finally. So Shaggy is terrible at helping with these traps because he shouts as they're chasing him into the room where the trap is, "Get ready to spring the trap." Really, Shaggy?
Do you not do that? Is that not how it works?
That's not. No. That is why you are not one of Fred's trusted. I mean. This goes back to your thing of Shaggy is Velma and Fred's love child, and that's why he's there, because other than
why
that...
Why else would he keep him around? I'm also not one of Fred's trusted whatevers because I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts, and I know how to spot a serial killer.
Podcasts are educational and fun.
Except for ours.
Okay.
Well, fun, not educational.
Yeah,
no, we learned a lot about apes.
We did, and learned not to do Google image search ever.
No,
it's just not worth it, kids.
Guys.
You never know. Okay, so Scooby was pretty scared by all this, and he jumps right into Velma's arms because she is strong. But oh no, with his doggy breath, he fogged up her glasses. So now she is an idiot. I mean, she... Again, when she can't see, all her senses go out the window. Like, she is completely incapacitated, can't see, can't think, doesn't know, can't reason. I mean, Velma. So now she can't see anything. She doesn't know which lever to pull, and she pulls the wrong one, and all the lights go off. When the light comes back on, the trap has been sprung. Oh, great. It's the end of the episode, 8 minutes early.
They got him.
They got him. Oh, no, they didn't. It was Shaggy in the trap.
What's
going to happen? Do the kids all get killed by the Ape Man? Well, yeah. Yes, they do. And we'll include our outro stuff right after this commercial.
Hey, everybody, this is your best friend, Steven.
And this is your best friend, Chris.
And we're the hosts of the podcast, Is This Adulting?
Every week, we sit down to talk about life, debate pointless topics, and most importantly, break the stigma on mental illness through opening up about our own struggles and how it affects us every day. Oh, and do you like games? We got those too.
What about guests from all your favorite podcasts?
Ooh, like Justin from Generation Y, or Nina from Already Gone, or Hal Lublin from Everything. And of course, you can't forget our special guest, Tom Bodette from those Motel 6 commercials. Okay, that last one might have been a stretch.
Yeah, just like them. So, join us each Thursday as we attempt to navigate adulthood as overgrown man-children. And remember, kids, be happy, stay healthy, and go hug someone.
Because you never know. They might just be the host of your new favorite podcast.
Surprise, they didn't actually get killed.
Oh, man. I was gonna jump in right before you with like just the darkest, like, welcome back. They're all dead. All of the kids are dead. The gang is done. The Ape Man has flayed Scooby. Like, I was just gonna take it to like.
Oh, dude! I know you're watching watching Game of Thrones. Really?
It's the Game of Thrones talking. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, your inner norms of what is acceptable for TV are totally skewed right now.
Scooby was the first episode of a TV show I've watched in weeks because I'm catching up on Game of Thrones. It's the first episode of a TV show I've watched in weeks where somebody didn't die.
In this episode, I mean, because
that's true. We still don't know what happened to that guy with the yachts.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so by the way, you gotta learn to interrupt me better, dude. I'm telling you, I'm gonna keep talking and talking.
I'm sorry, I just don't.
No, it's not your fault.
I try to be polite. I like to be polite.
I'm blaming the victim. No, it's not you. It's me. Even when you're apologizing for not interrupting me, I was interrupting you.
Ooh! It's not you. It's me. Ugh, high school flashbacks. Thanks for bringing me back to that.
Speaking of high school, they walk by a giant wine cask, like one of those huge ones you see in movies.
What
apparently.
is that? Speaking of high school.
Well, kids cooler than me used to drink things in high school.
From a wine cask?
I don't know. I was not one of the cool kids.
Neither was I. For all I know, there were wine casks at all of the parties.
I had 20-sided dice.
I didn't have that. I did have a PlayStation 2, though, that I spent most of my days in front of, so.
Okay, fair. All right. They see a tuft of hair on the wine cask. They quickly presume this means the ape went that way. Turns out that this is not a real wine cask in the movie set. It's a door to a tunnel into the mountains. So presumably this would lead to like the Ape Man's hideout in some cave where he's been sleeping for 20 years since he killed all the other people. But no, it actually just leads to the trailers where all the costuming stuff is. So the kids go through and find these really cool dressing rooms. In quotes here, I've got for the movie people. Kids, they're called actors. Really? You don't know what movie people are called? Okay. They search the trailers and they play with the costumes. It's adorable. Scooby finds a very realistic Ape Man mask, which now helps us understand, yes, humans can actually look just like the Ape Man.
To which I wrote down, Scooby was the Ape Man. Mystery solved.
Yeah, because and he looks really cute, actually, with a Scooby body and an Ape Man head. Shaggy picks up one of those amazing new Jiffy cameras that takes a shot and develops the film in less than a minute. So I guess in 1969. Yeah, but 1969, that had to be like the coolest technology.
I guess, but Jiffy camera, I don't like that name at all. That's some gross marketing. I don't like Jiffy camera. The only things I like Jiffy are Jiffy Lube and Jiffy Pop.
Oh, not the peanut butter?
That's just Jif.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's not Jiffy peanut butter. That's
what I was thinking.
Like, I don't want to eat something where it's like, what? It's a little Jiffy. Like, I don't know.
Oh, does Jiffy mean like not so great?
Well, it just means fast.
I thought Jiffy meant cool. Oh,
like
fast.
Jiffy Lube, like it's super
Jiffy
fast.
Lube
Or Jiffy
and
Pop,
Jiffy
it pops
Pop.
real fast.
Well, it's a fast
like
camera.
Doing things in a Jiffy.
You might not know this, being the youngin' that you are, but back in the day, we had to wait like a week to get our camera film developed.
I was more of the 24-hour photo era.
Okay, that was an amazing era as well when that happened. But okay, yeah, and it used to be like a really cool thing when you would find an old camera at a garage sale or something, and it still had film in it, and then get it developed and see what it was. If you were really bored and didn't drink. Okay, so that gives you a little shot of what my growing up was like. Okay, so he tells Scooby to act fierce, and Shaggy takes some really cute pictures of Scooby being adorable. But then he sees in the mirror Ape Man without his mask. And so this is
And so he
Shaggy's
takes a picture, and one, the man is bald, so we clearly now know who it is. It's clearly Telly Savalas. And two, it's the first selfie.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
he's taken the first mirror selfie ever.
Take that, Kim Kardashian. Okay, topical. And then there's a chase scene. We should, if people who do drink out of giant wine casks, you could definitely have a drinking game with these episodes for every time there's a chase scene, or every time they say "jeepers" or something.
Or zoinks.
Zoinks! Shaggy is really excited that he's got this film, The Ape Man Without His Mask. And then Fred tricks the Ape Man into going up the stairs and turns it into a slide to make him crash. And he, like, crashes through several rooms and, like, into someplace really loud.
He slides down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And then he slides across the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then he keeps sliding across the floor because friction is not a scientifically proven thing in this universe, apparently. Because, God, he kept going.
His fur might have been slicked down or something. Maybe
the floor's an ice skating rink?
Yes, that was what one of the other switches maybe had done. Daphne.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Shaggy shows them the Polaroid. It's Carl. And then we get a whole bunch of exposition. Carl had decided to sabotage the film and almost kill Candyman, by the way, because he wasn't the lead. He was only the stunt man. And I'm just want to let everyone know this is a terrible way to get ahead in film. Yeah?
Well, wasn't he the lead? Because let's think about it. What's the name of the movie? It's like Ape Man on Forbidden Stupid Island. Like, your name is in the title. You're playing the Ape Man. Aren't you kind of the lead? Like, I realize we are living in a pre-Andy Serkis, like, motion capture universe at this point. So, like, Andy Serkis in the Planet of the Apes movies or as Gollum, yes, he is the lead. Because he's actually performing. So I guess I get it. But I'm just like, I mean, come on, man. What more do you want? There's only 2 characters in this movie, you and Candyman.
It's true. I mean, this is the era of Any Which Way But Loose, which is a movie featuring an orangutan. And, I guess after
Clint
this...
Eastwood.
Or, Clint Eastwood, yeah. And Ronald Reagan's movie about, like, Mr. Bobo.
Well, there's just a lot of movies with monkeys and apes in them throughout time. I mean, for my generation, it was Dunstan Checks In.
Oh, I love that movie.
The weird, like,
that is one of my favorite
playing
movies, by the way.
Wait, Dunstan Checks In?
Yes.
Really? All I remember about it is
I
Jason
love it.
Alexander is in it, and it's got the kid from the Santa Claus in it.
Oh, is that same kid?
Yeah, I think so. He was like everywhere in
everyone.
the 90s.
I have a whole theory about it that it's actually all kind of like a fever dream, and that Dunstan represents the ghost of the boy's mother.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, that could be a bonus
was
episode.
Was Tim
sometime.
Curry in that?
No, but Pee Wee Herman.
Paul Rubens.
Paul Rubens was.
Okay, see now I'm just going down a Dunstan Checks In hole.
I have. It
has a 6 on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's a good movie. Okay, Shaggy and Scooby decide to have fun playing tricks on the others with the Scooby head and the Ape Man head. They're sitting in some comfy chairs, and they see the Ape Man. Ape Man takes off his mask. It's Scooby. But then who's the other Scooby? Takes off the mask. It's Shaggy. Ha ha ha, hilarious. He's playing with the weird mask a villain made of his friend.
Yay.
Yay! We got through this episode. Hey, at least there was no racism.
Oh, that was super exciting.
It was, wasn't it? Could have been so much worse. And we have a funny meddling question this week sent in by Steven.
Yeah. Steven from Being Me wrote in. And by wrote in, I mean just asked if we could just play this game real quick. And I don't want to play it because that sounds hard. But I'm going to make you play it, which is...
Oh, you're not going to...
I mean, I can if you want, but it's weird because there's only 2 girls. Technically, there's only 2 guys, but I think it's more fun if we do it this way.
All right. Now everyone's like, "What the heck is this game?" In quotes.
So I guess if we can extend it to the entire gang if you want, because you can be into whoever you want. But I kind of want to play a more clean version of a game. We'll call it Kiss, Marry, Kill.
Okay.
Because that's better. That's better for little ears. So I want you to play that with the Scooby Gang. You can include Velma and Daphne in there if you want.
Oh, I was going to.
I was originally just going to give you Scooby, Shaggy, and Fred because I was interested where Scooby would end up. But
well, this is especially easy for me because I go both ways. So I would definitely kill off Fred because he terrifies me.
Okay.
I would kiss I really like snuggling with dogs. I'm not a dog kisser. So I would kiss Daphne because hot, but I would marry Velma.
Okay. I was going to say, please don't say you kiss Shaggy because he's got that gross, scraggly chin beard.
Oh, the beard. I mean, no offense, bearded men out there, but
one.
his is, but he has like 8 distinct hairs that each stick out an inch and like nothing else. And frankly, he doesn't look like he's had a shower in a really long time.
Yes, I agree though. You've made the best strategy here of making sure that you kill Fred. Because if you don't, it's kill or be killed.
Right. Oh, exactly. I'm not taking any chances. What about you?
Well, of course, I would kill Fred. I would kiss.
Granted.
Ooh, that was a close one.
What?
We have the clean tag on iTunes, and we almost didn't.
Oh, you almost did.
I would kiss. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of with you because Daphne, because hot.
Yeah.
And marry.
Oh, Sharon! I forgot about Sharon from our last
are we
episode.
including anyone from the universe? Because in that case,
it's your choice. Your choice.
Sharon's got money. No, I would not marry for money. You know what? I feel like the obvious answer for me, just as a straight cis man, would be to say like Velma because she's the other one. But you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry Scooby because lifelong cuddles.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Scooby will be with you through thick and
I don't think
thin.
they allow that in this state though.
You could have a commitment woofamony.
A woofamony? Oh.
I'm hungry. Give me a break. My blood sugar's low. Okay.
There's somewhere in there where matrimony. Hold on. There's a dog that is similar. Hold on. We could do this.
Mastifamony.
Yes, that's it. You've done it. That sounds borderline dirty, but you've done it.
Okay, yeah. All right. If you have a meddling question, please, I beg you, so we don't have to do this again, email us at, just kidding, meddlingkidspod@gmail.com. You can tweet at us at meddlingkidspod or join us on Facebook. We get a lot of good comments there.
Absolutely. And I would like to say 2 things. One, I would like to say thanks so much to Dave Seste for the use of the song Night Surfing as our theme music. And 2, I would like to say, hey, Olaf. How you like that? This episode clearly under an hour. I felt the pressure like I had to do it because of Olaf. So I want you to know that you're ruining my creative genius.
It has nothing to do with the fact that we kind of didn't really love this episode as much
Definitely
as
not that or the fact that we are both very hungry. Nothing to do with that. all about Olaf and pleasing Olaf because it's all about you, bud. All about you, my beautiful, beautiful Olaf. I've turned it into kind of a love thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I need to stop.
A little bit less of that. It's okay, Olaf. Steven's having some troubles turning off this method acting.
I am. I'm sorry that I called your husband my beautiful, beautiful Olaf.
Yeah, it's okay. I guess it'd be weirder if Olaf was his real name. It's not. Okay, it's Jason. Be sure to check out our other shows. Is This Adulting is Steven's fantastic show breaking down some of the stigma against mental health, but also just hilarious. And I do a science and history show with my brother called the Station Wagon Podcast.
Which is also amazing. Because you always say that mine's amazing, and then you are just like, and I do this one.
And then you're like, yeah, and I do another one. Yeah, I love it.
Yours is great.
It's a passion project. Thank you. I have a lot of fun. We'll be back next time with episode 8, Foul Play in Funland.
Like it. Sounds like there's going to be clowns.
It's going to be clowny. In the meantime, please rate us, subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts, and we will talk to you soon.
Yeah,
about clowns.
Yeah, we're coming off the tracks. We're falling off the tracks here. We gotta wrap it up. No.
Yeah. Right.
Cool. Well, with all that said, that is gonna do it for us here this week on the Meddling Kids podcast. And as always, listeners, I'm trying to up my surveillance game. I am trying to watch you. Don't look behind you. Don't keep the headphones in. Don't look behind you. But I still haven't been able to figure out what you did this week. But you would have gotten away with it if it weren't for us meddling kids.
Stay sinister.
Oh, God, it got dark. That was like a Spider-Man villain. It was like,
yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay.